Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be I'm pretty much going to do a kind of mock draft, but also going to show you guys how to win your fantasy league. So I'm going to show you sleepers, show you the process that I go through to win, and pretty much just show you like late round picks that you can make to improve your team, players you can take a risk on, players that are too high, too low. And I'm just going to try breaking it down to you so you can see pretty much how to destroy everyone you know. As you can see, 40 more seconds left till we start. It's just going to be a quick mock draft. And honestly, if you think I'm full of crap and you think you could beat me, comment down below. And I don't know, we can start like a YouTube fantasy draft and you guys can watch me slaughter you all. But honestly, if you're new, subscribe, like, and yeah, you can comment if you want. I read every comment, so yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so to go over a few quick tips. First round, I'll say 90% of the time I'll draft a running back. Like, not only a running back, but generally I like running backs who are dual threat. So like Alvin Kamara is going to be top of my list. Not so much Dalvin Cook this season because I feel like they have a backup. I want to say it's Alexander Madison who's going to take a lot of carries away from him. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Joe Edward-Helaire. I wouldn't put him this high up, honestly. Miles Sanders is a sleeper. I would definitely consider him late first round, but I wouldn't draft him there, but I would consider him. Kenyon Drake. Joe Mixon's one of the most slept on players, so I would, like, end of first round, I would consider him for sure. Just going through a few players. I almost never draft a quarterback top 5 rounds because there's so many sleepers you can pick up. Like this year, I want to say Drew Lock's going to be amazing numbers wise, and also Kyler Murray. Those are two that you can probably get like 6th, 7th round and pretty much put up production that any other quarterback will. I will say that wide receiver is kind of tricky this year because like there's a ton of good receivers, but you can't really tell who's going to put up good numbers consistently. Like Mike Thomas, yeah, he's going to get great numbers. Devontae Adams, just for the fact that they don't have a ton around them. Julio, I'm not sure about because he's always pretty much injured. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, I think are going to put up really good stats with Brady down there. Cortland Sutton for him. It's crazy. Honestly, Saquon would be the safest choice. And I'm kind of struggling. I'm kind of torn between Saquon and Alvin Kamara. I'm gonna go Saquon. He got injured last year, so I feel like it would be hard for him to get injured back-to-back seasons. Pretty much go into the draft like knowing what I'm gonna do and just stick to that. I will say I hate, like, why would you be, why even join a mock draft if you're gonna go to auto? Okay, so Nick Chubb, that's a pick he had a great year last year, but I don't think he's gonna do as well this year because they have more around him. So that's one player I probably wouldn't draft too high. You got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt sharing the ball through the whole season, so I don't really know how well that's going to work. Oh, dude, I don't get a pick till 23. This is rough. There's only like 5 good tight ends right now that you can rely on week after week. So I'll go George Kittle. See, like Patrick Mahomes in the second round. That's ridiculous. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm not going to judge him. Let's see what my running back options are. Leonard Fournette, I don't believe in too heavily because he gets yards, but he doesn't score touchdowns or catch the ball very well. Todd Gurley's health concerned. Le'Veon Bell, I feel like, is going to have a very good season. David Johnson, I think he's going to be good until he gets hurt. Got a ton of rookies. James White. James White or Le'Veon Bell. That's a tough choice. I'll go Le'Veon Bell for now because I feel like I can still get James White later down the road. All right, so I have 2 running backs and a tight end. All of them are week 11 buys, which isn't ideal. So I'm going to try getting Cortland. I don't have a pick for another 20 picks. Wow. So Cortland Sutton's going to be gone. Amari Cooper's going to be gone. Odell's going to be gone. So about here's say Devontae Parker's going to have a sleepy good year. AJ Green. I think Stephon Diggs is going to be one of the best receivers this season, wise at least. Buffalo's offense is actually pretty unique. They kind of have something similar to what the Patriots used to run, so I feel like they'll be able to capitalize on Stephon Diggs' elusiveness and his speed more than almost any other team could. Julian Edelman, just because I'm a Patriots fan, so yeah. Brandon Cooks. All right, so I would honestly be happy with any of those receivers. Let's go down. Since I have so much time to waste, I'll show you guys some sleeper picks that I feel like would be that no one's going to think about, but would actually be really good just to have on your squad. And receiver like Devontae Parker, he's a stud. AJ Green coming off an injury, but he's going to have a new quarterback, so I feel like Joe Burrow's going to rely heavily on AJ Green, so that will be a good weapon for them to use. Stephon Diggs, he's going to be the best receiver in Buffalo. I'm a strong believer in Josh Allen because of his potential, so I feel like Stephon Diggs will be able to they'll be able to utilize Stephon Diggs a little more than the Vikings could. Julian Edelman's like he's a number 1 receiver. He's the Patriots' best receiver. One of their only reliable targets, so him being behind like Jamison Crowder is insanity. Brandon Cooks, he's a fast receiver, and the Texans pretty much they don't have a great offensive scheme, but Deshaun Watson is one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. So I feel like him and Will Fuller are gonna both get off pretty well. N'Keal Harry. I honestly don't know what to think. He was terrible last year, but hopefully he can do something this year. I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't touch him, but maybe late round if you're desperate. Maybe he'll be there for you. Okay. So I get the next pick. I'm pretty. Well, I have so many options, so much. Like I think I'll do Stephon Diggs, and then no, I'm not gonna do Stephon Diggs first. I'll do James White. Yeah, James White first, and then Stephon Diggs with the next pick if he's still available. But I feel like everyone's going like off of the projected fantasy points where you can, but it's nice to actually have some background of like some casual knowledge, so you know, all right, they're projected this many points, but it's unrealistic. Okay, it sucks waiting 20 fucking picks between your. Oh well, that's all right. So far, I got Saquon Barkley, Le'Veon Bell, Stephon Diggs, George Kittle, James White. Honestly, all great. Like George Kittle gets a ton of targets. Stephon Diggs, he should get a lot of targets, but I won't. That's a question mark. Le'Veon Bell gets a lot of targets, man. He's one of the only running backs for the Jets. Saquon, he's a beast. James White's going to get his targets regardless. So I need a quarterback, another receiver. Defense. Let's go to defense. Steelers defense is amazing. They, yeah, you can just look at it. They have great defense. The Bills have a very underrated defense. It's one of the best in the league, but people don't really give them the credit. The 49ers, their secondary is not great, but their defensive line and linebackers are just so amazing that it makes up for it. Patriots defense is predicated on takeaway, so that's one of the reasons I would always draft them pretty high because the secondary is just insane. Even without Pat Chung, Dante Hightower, the defense is still going to be pretty much one of the best in the league, top five easily. Let's see if there's any like sneaky defenses that I would draft higher than Eagles defense. I would draft pretty high. There's no way there's all these teams better than the Eagles defense. Miami's defense is one of the worst in the league, in my opinion. I mean, they got Byron Jones. I want to say they picked up Byron Jones, and they have Xavier Howard and Kyle Van Noy, so they got a couple of players, but I still think they're one of the worst in the league. Yeah, Julian Edelman. I'm surprised he's still here in the 6th round, but honestly, got to go with him. All right, so let's look at the squad now. I still need a kicker, defense, and a quarterback. So I guess next round is when I draft my quarterback. Yeah, so honestly, if Kyler Murray's still there, I'm going to draft him. If not, I'll go with Drew Lock because you can't really go wrong with either one. Cam Newton, I don't even know if he's going to be a starter week 1. It's going to be hit between him and Stid, so maybe he'll do it, maybe he won't. But Kyler Murray's the franchise over there. Even Dak wouldn't be a bad pick because he's going to put up numbers. Yeah, I'm going to go with Drew or Kyler Murray. And one quick tip that I usually use when I'm drafting, like late round players are usually players for me. I just like it's similar to like a NFL draft. I just think of them as like a project player. So it's like a player who's very talented, who has good athleticism, good speed, everything like that. I pretty much think of those players. So it's like some players who might not have been great last year, but have the physical ability to be great. Those are the players I usually draft late round. Like someone like Henry Ruggs. I know he's a rookie, but his speed and talent's there, so I would consider him. Sterling Shepard was good until he had so many concussions. These three are really good receivers. Darius Slayton, he's so fast. He's going to be one of the primary options for the Giants. Him and Sterling Shepard. Yeah, so I pretty much just look at more so like the talent that I can see, and then afterwards I kind of just honestly, my roster's pretty much set with my starters, so I'm just going to go with that defense. So I can pretty much get my choice of defense. Now I'm going to just go Patriots defense. Because honestly, I know it's early to get defense. Why would I continue to draft backups if and then end up with like the Chiefs defense or something trash like that? Fuck the Chiefs. I'm just kidding. I might just. Oh shit! I'm already on the clock. Ooh, should I? All right. And kicker, I'm gonna just go Justin Tucker. So pretty much now, I usually would just wait to get a kicker until the end, but I'm pretty content with my starting lineup. Like this is a lineup that I can pretty much use every week. I do have a lot of players with similar bye weeks, so that's not good. My two starting running backs both have a week 11 bye, so I'm definitely going to need some running back help. Everyone's week 11, 6, or 8. So running backs, Nyheim Hines. He's very talented, very quick, very shifty. I would think about him. Sonny Michelle, I feel like he's going to have a bounce back year. Alright, so I still need a receiver. I feel like Mike Williams is one of the most slept on receivers in the league. He's by far one of the best deep threats. John Brown is someone I would consider, but he's also a week 11 bye, so that would be like 5 out of my top 10 players. I couldn't even, that would be crazy. Emmanuel Sanders, he's still on the board, but I don't like, he's one of those players. He's going to be talented, but I wouldn't really pick him. Sorry, I'm running out of time. But so I'm going to give him Mike Williams. Like, Emmanuel Sanders is talented, but he wouldn't be one of my options. All right. Quarterback, I like having two, so I'm going to draft Drew Lock just so I can have someone I can depend on in case of injury or anything else. I'm going to draft, well, it's still 20 picks down the road, but I'm going to try getting Sonny Michelle. I'm not going to have to rely on him too much, but him and Marlon Mack, yeah, I'll go with either of these two if they're still on the board by the time I get another pick. And I'll look at my team one more time. So yeah, I got like Kyler Murray. I think is going to be a top 5 quarterback fantasy wise. Saquon, I think is going to be a top 3 running back. Lev Bell, I could see him being top 5, top 10 at the worst. Stephon Diggs, Julian Edelman are both top 15 or so in that range. George Kittle is either 1 or 2 as far as tight ends go production wise. Patriots defense and Justin Tucker, I feel like, are the best two. Then 2 good, talented young players on the bench, just in case. Oh man, so both my quarterbacks have a week 8 bye. I should have thought about that before drafting them. So yeah, don't be like me. Pay attention to the bye week. Literally everyone on my team has 11, 4 players with 11, 3 players with 6, 3 players with 8, 1 with 10. So be wary of that.
bubble? I gotta see this dude right after the game. He just does 57! It's crazy out here being in the bubble. This is crazy out here being in the bubble. I gotta see this dude right after the game.
Okay, so the worst part about auto draft, people with so many auto drafts, is they just go in order. So pretty much 5 straight running backs until my pick, where I wanted a running back. Keyshawn Vaughn, he's a rookie out of Vanderbilt. Yeah, no, 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 no. All right, Boston Scott it is. That's the first pick I did not like, was Boston Scott. I was running out of time and needed to make a quick selection. Wow, Sammy Watkins is still up there. Here you go, Sammy. That's crazy. He's still on the board this late. 13th round, and I get a pretty talented receiver. Well, he's not pretty talented. He's a fucking freak athletically. He just doesn't really put it together a lot, but let's see. So, alright. I definitely need another running back. Yeah, I'll draft Dallas Goedert. I feel like he's going to be a star player the next couple of seasons. Maybe he'll take over now. And I always try diversifying my players. I don't want to get too many people from one team. I know I have 3 Patriots players, 2 Eagles players, but I try not repeating them. So this, like, on paper, this doesn't look like the greatest team, but think about numbers. That's what you're here for. You're accumulating stats. He gets, like, Saquon gets great stats. George Kittle gets great stats. Le'Veon gets great stats. James White gets a lot of catches, not a lot of yards, but his catches add up, especially in a PPR league. Stephon Diggs gets really good numbers, big play player. Julian Edelman gets a lot of catches, PPR. Kyler Murray's going to be a star. Patriots defense gets a lot of takeaways, has a lot of pick sixes, good numbers, and then just a solid all around bench that makes it, like, it'll make up for it. So, yeah, and honestly, maybe it's bullshit, but honestly, if you like the video, just like, if you think you can do better, comment underneath and we can set something up. And subscribe for more videos like this. See you guys in the next one. Peace.